Russia launched a wide-ranging attack on Ukraine on Thursday, hitting cities and bases with airstrikes or shelling as civilians piled into trains and cars to flee. Here is the latest. In dramatic shift, Germany announces vast defense spending increase. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz on Sunday announced a major increase in the country's defense spending, potentially marking one of the most significant changes in decades to the country's post-World War II approach to international security that could upend European defense policy. Germany, Europe's biggest economy and the most populous nation in the EU, had long frustrated United States and allies across the continent with its hesitation to invest more in its military. Its stance obstructed numerous attempts to formulate a more ambitious European security strategy, including repeated efforts from French President Emmanuel Macron to form a European army. By speaking in the German parliament on Sunday, Scholz called Russia's attack on Ukraine a turning point in the history of our continent and announced a set of new measures. The German military will receive a one-off additional payment of over $110 billion, he said, about twice the amount of Germany's defense budget last year. Scholz also committed to exceeding the NATO defense spending target of 2% of GDP. From now on, every year, last year, Germany spent an estimated 1.53% of its annual economic output on defense, well below the 2% NATO target. Ukraine President's office says Ukrainian envoys will meet with Russian diplomats. The Ukraine President's office said on Sunday that Ukrainian envoys will meet with Russian diplomats. The move comes as fighting continues in the country and Russia troops draw closer to the capital of Kyiv. Putin's Ukraine move fuels shock at home but little opposition. As Vladimir Putin gathered Russia's business elite in the Kremlin hours after he sent troops into Ukraine, executives back at the offices of the tycoons companies worried would being shown at the televised meeting make them targets for Western sanctions. The concern relayed by several executives who spoke on condition of anonymity at the time of the February 24 meeting reflects a pervasive but powerless horror felt by some of Russia's elite and ordinary citizens over the invasion and sweeping international isolation it is causing. The waves of international sanctions now in the works will isolate Russia like North Korea, said one wealthy businessman with close ties to Putin's inner circle, who himself was hit by the restrictions several years ago. But that won't stop the Russian leader, he said. With COVID-19 restrictions increasing his isolation in recent years, Putin has grown more reliant on a small circle of hardline advisors, according to people close to the leadership. Czechs joined Poland, Sweden in refusing to play Russia. Prague. The Czech Republic joined Poland and Sweden on Sunday in rejecting to play Russia in the 2022 World Cup qualifying next month in response to that nation's invasion of Ukraine. The Czech Soccer Association's executive committee said it unanimously approved a decision that the Czech national team will not in any case play Russia. The soccer federations of Poland and Sweden made the same decision on Saturday. The Czech Republic is a potential opponent of Russia in next month's playoffs. The winner of the Poland-Russia match is due to host Sweden or the Czech Republic on March 29 for a place at the World Cup being played in Qatar from November 21 to December 18. The Executive Committee asked Czech Soccer Federation head Peter Forsek to lead negotiations with UEFA and FIFA about the Czech position. Ukrainian men returned from abroad to fight Russian invasion. Medic Poland. While tens of thousands of refugees are leaving Ukraine amid Russia's attack on the country, some Ukrainian men and women are returning home from across Europe to help defend their homeland. At the checkpoint in Medica, in southeastern Poland, many were standing in a line early Sunday to cross into Ukraine. "We have to defend our homeland. Who else if not us?" said a mustached man in front of a group of some 20 Ukrainian truck drivers walking to the checkpoint to enter Ukraine. They came from across Europe to return to Ukraine. They spoke to the Associated Press in Ukrainian and in Russia. World Judo body suspend Putin as its honorary president. Budapest, Hungary. Vladimir Putin temporarily lost his most senior official position in world sports on Sunday. The International Judo Federation cited the ongoing war conflict in Ukraine for suspending Putin's honorary president status. The Russian president is a keen judoka and attended the sport at the 2012 London Olympics. The IJF is rare among Olympic sports bodies for using the word war to describe Russia's invasion of Ukraine, ordered by Putin on Thursday. Others have used phrases such as escalation of conflict. A Kremlin-supporting oligarch and longtime friend of Putin, Arkady Rotebeng, remains on the IJF Executive Committee as development manager. My viewers at home, what's your take? What's your reaction to these reports regarding, as Ukraine will meet with Russian diplomats as invasion continues? Please ensure you subscribe to our channel and make this report very right. I'll spread this report to other news platforms. Thanks and God bless, and bye for now. Do join us in the other news, please.